For the seventh bout of the evening, this is a light flyweight competition between Herminigildo Sumatra Jr. on the red corner, coming with 2 wins, 2 KOs, 0 loss, 0 draw. Also from Legal na Kamao, Montalban Rizal.
All right, and as his opponent, he's gonna be fighting RJ Candole on the blue corner with 2 wins, 2 KOs, 4 losses, 1 draw, representing King of Pound Boxing Stable, Davao City.
Candole is coming in with more experience on the fight, but basically Herminigildo Sumatra has yet to taste a loss.
Yes, yan ang hindi natin alam until they showcase it in the ring tonight.
On the screen, Herminigildo Sumatra.
Ako nga pala si Jun Sumatra from Legal na Kamao Boxing Gym, Montalban, Rizal.
Kamusta naman ang paghahanda sa training?
Sa paghahanda ng trainings, matagal kami nag-training, almost 3 months, kaya mababa yung pagti-training namin.
Para kanino mo inaalay itong laban na to?
Inaalay ko itong laban na to sa lahat ng mga taong nagtitiwala sa akin, sa mga managers ko, mga trainers, at sa mga lahat ng sumusuporta sa akin.
At ano ang may papakita mo bukas sa laban?
May papakita ko lahat ng best ko sa loob ng ilang buwan kong pinaghirapan sa training kasama yung mga coaches ko.
Sino ang mga gusto mong pasalamatan?
Nagpapasalamat nga po pala ako sa Legal na Kamao Boxing Gym, sa Legal na Kamao Family at sa Quadro Promotion.
Thank you.
Coming to the ring, Herminigildo Sumatra.
Yung nga abang nasa doon na natutungtong mga mandirig mo, mga kamoy parang penyon. At balang araw ang isa sa amin magiging kampyon. Ligan na pamao ang bagong henerasyon. Ang bagong yung nga abang nasa doon na natutungtong mga mandirig mo, mga kamoy parang penyon. At balang araw ang isa sa amin magiging kampyon. Representative kami ng Montalban, malamang sa malamang kami ay palaban. Wala inaatrasan, lahat pinapalagan. Pagtunog ng bell ay hudyat na ng digmaan. Kami yung mga boksingero na dedikado, nag-iensayo ng...
Both fighters are already on the square circle. Don't you just love it, Coach? This wonderful, sweet science of boxing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The energy in the air is really, really high and exhilarating.
Gymnasium here in the beautiful town of Montalban, Rizal. Riel Casimero's Quadro Promotions proudly present Bakbakan sa Montalban, the third punch. This bout is 6 rounds of boxing in the light flyweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside are Noel Haduka, Engineer Greg Ortega, and Nilo Lopez. Third man in the ring, the man in charge of the action, is referee Virgilio Garcia. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner, wearing black with white. Official weight, 106.4 pounds. He has a record of 2 victories, 3 defeats, 1 draw, and 2 knockout. From King of Pounds Boxing Gym, Lipa City, Batangas, let us all welcome RJ Candole. And his opponent, the fighter in the red corner, wearing red with blue. Official weight, 107.9 pounds. He has an undefeated record of 2 wins. All wins coming by way of knockout from Legal Nakamao Boxing Gym, Montalban, Rizal, your very own Herminigildo Sumatra!
Sumatra, clearly the crowd favorite in here tonight, having the
Yes.
court advantage, home court advantage here in Montalban, Rizal.
And again, this is the first bout na 6 rounds for the light flyweight division. So we're gonna see
expecting a lot of skills tonight,
high
Coach.
level skills this time for the 6th round
we-
bout for the evening.
So we have RJ Candole on the black and white trunks, Herminigildo Sumatra Jr. on the red and blue.
Sumatra on the red corner, Candole on the blue corner.
I would just like to give a special shout out, Coach, to Payantog Sports.
Payantog Sports is the official boxing gear of the Quadro Alas promotion and the official gear of Bakbakan sa Montalban.
Round 1, here we go.
Okay, now this time we're gonna see better, higher level of skills pagdating sa boxing.
Ika nga, there are levels into this game. So I want to see how this fight will actually differentiate with the earlier fights. Kasi if you think about it, the 4-rounders, kahit ganun yun, exciting na.
Yes.
Diba?
Pero look at how they try to measure each other's
Malinis.
distance. Right?
Malinis. Kitang-kita mo,
And-
it's really
and the
professional
footwork.
in their approach.
Yes.
And both fighters are using a good bounce on their feet. Kitang-kita, nobody is in their back foot, nobody is flat-footed. Talagang experience comes into play talaga, Coach. Ano?
Yes, yes. Especially both are
Good
hailing
jab
from a good number of wins. Both having 2 wins on their professional careers.
Sumatra actually has entered one good jab to the chin of Candole, but again, Candole simply brushed it off, saying, wala lang yan, kaya ko yan.
But Sumatra seems to be the one advancing forward, trying to put Candole to the ropes.
We are seeing a lot of flash jabs from Sumatra, and Candole is actually going and parrying off all those jabs. But then again, it could be a strategy for Sumatra to lay off that big right hand.
Yes, so we're just waiting for them to unleash their power
All right,
punches.
Sumatra
but
actually went with a hook there, but then again, ducked by Candole, prevented catastrophe from the fight.
But like you said, partner, this is just the first round.
Feeling off, feeling off.
And these guys are
Magaling.
professionals. So they are now trying to feel each other, measure the distance.
And just
now,
like that,
flurry of punches
Candole
early
was-
on the round.
Candole was brought to the corner, and
Yeah.
Sumatra going out with a large flurry, hoping to get a big land against Candole. But Candole was smart enough to actually go ahead and clinch immediately.
Yes, yes. Instead of him getting cornered, he cancels that with the clinch.
Both fighters seem to be equal in all aspects of their
As far
advantages.
as the aggression, Sumatra, I think, is the one moving forward and the more aggressive fighter. The more well-rounded, and as far as footworks, it is Candole. But right hook
Right hook.
from Sumatra.
Sumatra lands
sinks
a
on
square right hook against
Candole's
Candole.
head.
But Candole doesn't seem to be face, Coach.
Yes.
Matigas pa nga ng batang ito.
Yes, yes. And it's the early rounds. Last 10 seconds for the first round.
Candole clinching, taking advantage of those counts.
Technically, we can say that this is an
And
evenly matched first round.
Round 1 is
First round for this 7th bout of the light flyweight.
so kahit
sixth round.
pakiramdaman pa may nakita natin action ano.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
We still have 5 rounds more, so I hope both fighters have now got a taste of each other's strategy. Let us see how they will adjust to each other's counter.
Ito na yung parang chess match ng boxing. Everyone, each boxer are trying to outskill each other. Pero as far as what I'm seeing, both have the same level of skill. With Sumatra being the aggressive fighter, inching his way forward.
And
while Candole is trying to gain the ring control by moving around the ring.
And what I can see, Coach, is the good thing about both fighters are basically they're not wasting their energy. Talagang tinitipid nila. And if they go ahead and land big punches,
This is the
kalkulado.
difference. Ito yung difference sa much higher level of skill being 6-rounders and professional boxers as they are.
And second round is already
Now,
underway.
Sumatra's being aggressive.
Both
An
fighters,
exchange of strong punches, haymakers, and each one landing hits on each faces.
but Candole is smart enough to actually go for a clinch
Yes,
to
cancel
neutralize Sumatra's onslaught. Body
But
shot by Candole.
Candole came out with a counter of his own.
Very nice strategy. Galing. Ganito yung mga gusto kong fights, Coach. Yung
Strong hook from Candole.
magaling na fight ito.
Right power hook.
Right power hook
coming
by
from Sumatra.
Sumatra against Candole. Candole clinched again on the under, making
Trying to
good
cancel
time.
a possible flurry of
And
punches.
that is a good strategy.
But Candole seems unfazed with that right haymaker that came from Sumatra's hook.
Most definitely, Coach, this kind of expertise comes from experience, am I right?
Definitely, definitely. But if you look at it as a 6-rounder, Sumatra only has 2 wins, no losses. So he's very confident in this match, and we'll see how it's gonna later on in the rounds give him the advantage.
I'm seeing Candole actually going and striking with the jab, but then again anticipating the 2 and 3 by Sumatra, and what Candole
And
does,
canceling it off with
canceling
a
it off.
clinch.
He bobs, he ducks, and clinches it, basically helping himself, getting safe from a flurry from Sumatra.
That's right.
Yes.
But those are strong straight. That's a strong straight that grazed Candole's head.
But Candole is wiping it off, saying, wala yan, kaya ko yan. And
Again,
2 jabs
again,
entered.
partner, these are 6-rounders. Mas higher na ang level ng skills.
There are levels into
Good
this game.
counter-punching.
Kitang-kita ang levels talaga pag naiba
Changing
na.
levels for Candole. Abangan muna. And then they're trying to measure the distance. And a
And
power overhand coming from Sumatra
But
didn't land a
it
hit.
land on the glove
Good
square.
defense
That's a
from
good defense from
Candole.
Candole.
Another power straight.
Hindi,
Candole comes with a counter.
hindi natitinag to si Candole.
Yes,
Talagang
yes.
matapang din.
And he knows how to defend it. Good upper. But the clinch cancels off the power of that uppercut. Left hook from
It appears
Sumatra.
that Candole is trying to get a read on Sumatra. If Candole gets a pattern,
Last 10 seconds.
I think we will be able to see something amazing tonight.
Maybe
Last 10
on
seconds
the
of the
third
round.
or the 4th round. Sumatra is able, and of the second round,
And
Sumatra
second
is
round.
able to read all of the initial strikes from Candole. Now he's able to
But
counter.
it's pretty much an even round, don't you think?
It
Coach?
is. However, some of the punches from Sumatra is able to land. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see more action on the 3rd round.
All right. We're getting a lot of cheers for the beautiful Yuki Shan from the Montalban crowd calling on the round
mas malakas ang
3
cheer
of the evening.
Sa round girl,
Kesa sa fighter.
the fighter. Again, this is a boxing tournament, so most of our audience are of the male gender.
Aha.
Now we enter the 3rd round of the 7th bout of the evening. This is the first
I want to see
6th round.
what kind of
professional
adjustments
boxing.
both fighters will inculcate to this evening. Tingnan natin ano magbabago, Coach.
Let's see how they will adjust their games to get the advantage.
Candole landing a jab in a faint right, but then again goes to clinch on the body immediately, anticipating a flurry from Sumatra. That's a good hook
Good
from Candole.
uppercut. Good uppercut
From Sumatra.
from Sumatra.
In fighting, but then again,
I think Sumatra is able to read how Candole is throwing punches and clinching.
but Candole, I
as his
think
pattern.
exactly. That is why Sumatra is throwing that high hook, albeit being a short hook.
Right, and he's also throwing a low upper to the head, anticipating the
And
change
it's
levels
entering
for the clinch. A
into the
strong
guard of
left hook
Candole.
from
Candole
Sumatra.
on-
Sumatra putting Candole
There
in
we
the
go.
corner.
That's a good
Now
diversion.
Sumatra is in the corner
That is
but
a good
Candole
diversion
is
from
trying
both
to-
fighters.
to clinch it out.
Candole reversed with a hook, but then again, Sumatra came in with an uppercut against Candole. That's an amazing fight we're
Still an
seeing here.
even match for me as I'm seeing it. Although Sumatra is trying to get the upper hand with accurate punches.
There we go. Both fighters still have ample
That
energy.
pattern of Candole throwing a punch and then
And
going
the
for
clinch.
the clinch.
It's coming and it's
Canceling-
working for him, sir.
Canceling
It's working
all
for
of
him, coach.
Sumatra's attempts to counter.
Sumatra has to find a way around that technique that Candole is trying to employ tonight.
Yes.
Because if
Otherwise, if Candole lands a power punch and a lucky punch, it might give him the advantage.
and we're actually seeing a lot of uppercuts entering now from the hindsight of Sumatra into Candole.
The clinch is what Candole is trying to bank on after throwing two punches.
The referee is counting off a warning on Candole for too much clinching.
I think so. He's pushing his opponent through the ropes. And now ducking down. That was a body shot.
Body
A
shot,
body shot.
and Candole is on the ground.
A body shot to his rib. And now Candole is not able to stand,
Candole, the referee has waved
giving
it off.
Sumatra
Candole
the
has
win
now
for tonight.
failed to rise up from the count. The referee has already waved
Ito
off
yung
the fight.
sinasabi natin, partner. He was able to read Candole's pattern and finally able to throw a strong uppercut to the body, finishing the fight with that liver blow.
So basically, Sumatra was also reading on the pattern that Candole was continuing with.
And it was a perfectly timed uppercut to the rib, causing Candole to not be able to stand anymore. And this is the third, if I'm not mistaken, TKO.
Third win and third
Knockout
KO for
the
Herminigildo Sumatra Jr., who is celebrating in his corner with Legal na Kamao, and that is a third win for Team Montalban tonight.
That's right. So, like I said,
We'd like
kanina,
to call on
it seems Team Montalban
Miss
is
Julie
racking wins
Aquino, the
tonight.
Payantog Sports Chief Executive Officer.
In all fairness to Candole, coach, he was trying to find a way around that 1-2 dash clinch.
The only thing that happened there is he allowed Sumatra to read
read.
his pattern and be able to come up with a counter, which eventually led to his loss, eventually giving Sumatra the win with a body uppercut, a devastating
And-
uppercut to the rib.
We basically saw a TKO on the third round of tonight's seventh bout. So it
And
did
this-
not even go to distance, coach.
No, yeah, because again, this is the sixth rounder portion of the event tonight. So we saw a higher level of skill by timing and reading his opponent's pattern for Sumatra.
And that uppercut that landed on Candole, as I was saying earlier, before it landed the KO, Sumatra actually employed two uppercuts that entered into the guard.
With a
I was-
time of 2
And that's what I was saying.
26
Kailangan
seconds
mabasa
of
lang ni
round
Sumatra
number 3.
yung pattern ni
Your
Candole,
winner
which happened,
by
eventually
knockout,
giving him the win
your
and the
very
knockout for
own
tonight.
Herminigildo Sumatra.
It's official.
To be awarded by Payantog Sports Chief Executive Officer Miss Jeline Aquino.
I was hoping na Candole would change his game a little bit to not allow Sumatra to read his pattern, but in the end, it was a little late because
He probably
nabasa
wasn't expecting Sumatra to get a read on the third round.
Well, it's the third round already. You have to at least change your game para hindi mababasa ng kalaban mo.
If Candole wishes to have a bright future, he has to rethink his strategy in resorting to a one strategy for the night.
Definitely, this is a learning experience for Candole, nevertheless.
Nevertheless, congratulations to Herminigildo Sumatra Jr. 3 wins, 3 KOs, 0 loss, 0 draws.
Standing undefeated as a 6-rounder professional boxer for Herminigildo Sumatra Jr. Standing proud, representing his hometown, Legal na Kamao, Team Montalban.
I wanna
Another
see
proud
more
boxer
fights coming for this guy.
from Team Montalban, yes.